So I went to the principal of my school and said, I'd like to go and do this audition. Of course I won't get it, and I realized I haven't finished school yet, but I won't get it. And he said, no way will you go and do this audition. You haven't finished your training. And then he said, rather disturbingly, and listed a whole bunch of students who, if they had made that request, he would think it was appropriate. Pissed off I was. So I called through to the people who were holding the audition, and I said, I can come, but it's got to be evening because I'm in drama school. And they said, okay, come. And Tony Richardson, who was divine, said, good, my darling, now just come center stage and do something absolutely marvelous. So I did. And obviously it was marvelous enough that he, or young enough, or tall enough probably, that he then offered me the role. Now I had this dilemma. First of all, I'd gone to the audition against orders. Now I'd got the part. And I remember their family motto, 5 generations, you know, work breeds work. You get the job. A job in hand is worth 14 in the audition box, you know. So I said to my mother, I got the job. She said, that's great. And I said, but they would be so upset. What should I do? She said, call your father. Now, my father was in Broadway and The Complacent Lover. And those were the days when the phone lines went under the ocean somewhere. And my father was this brilliant communicator on the stage and this terrible communicator in life. And him on the phone, I cannot tell you the dread of calling my father. Him on the phone meant, at huge expense, you would have a pause of maybe 5 minutes after the question. So with great trepidation, I called, hello, Dad, it's Linny. Pause, pause, crackle, crackle. Hours, finally got to the point. Listen, Dad, this is costing a fortune. They've offered me the thing, and it's Tony Richardson, and it's the Royal Court, and it's Helena. And he said, you're too young. Don't take the job. Finish your training. And I hung up the phone, burst into tears, called Tony Richardson, and took the job. I would say after many, many years of performing in America, and recently returning to London to perform, having not appeared on the stage there for many years, the thing that I was again reminded of is that an American audience responds. They let you know if they like it, they really let you know. If they don't like it, they cough, they maybe leave, they talk, but you know, the British audience is just like the Brits, and I can say it because I am one. It's like, it's all a fine front, and I tell you, the best audiences we had for Three Sisters in London with my sister and my niece Gemma, who worked with Alan, the best were when the American tourists were in, and when we got these wonderful responses of both laughter and tears, we said, but there's Americans in tonight, and sure enough, there always were. I have to say, if I was given a choice of a room full of Brits and a room full of Americans, I'd take the American audience every time.
Tell me.